Repair Tutorial, e-Scooter Part 2, Repair of the Sideboards. The most common failure of the e-scooter is the sideboard or sideboards. For this reason, we made this presentation for those who need to repair the e-scooter with sideboard problem. This repair video is only for removal and installation of the sideboard. This part begins with the reset, diagnostic of the sideboard problem, opening the e-scooter for replacing the sideboard, and another video replacing the motherboard and motors will be coming soon. The reset. Before you do any repair, one quick fix is to reset. Many times the reset will fix the problems. The first step is to place the e-scooter on a flat surface, horizontally level, not on a slope. During the reset process, make sure you don't touch or disturb the e-scooter so that it remains absolutely still and level. Reset continued. The second step is to press the power button and hold it about 10 to 20 seconds until the red light begins flashing. Make sure you have not moved or turned the e-scooter during this process. The e-scooter should remain horizontally level all this time. Never mind the Bluetooth voice prompt if you don't have Bluetooth.
Waiting for Bluetooth connecting.
Continuing with the reset. Then wait approximately 1 to 2 minutes and turn off the power by pressing the button again. Then the reset is done. If you make a mistake or disturb the e-scooter during reset, just repeat the whole process. The above reset works for most systems. However, there are some systems that have similar steps, except you need to lift the e-scooter once and put it down after the red light is flashing. That is beyond the scope of this video. Sideboard diagnostics. When you turn your board on, you saw a red light and heard rapid beeping. This is most likely the result of a battery being too low. Charge it. If the beeping continues, do a reset. When you turn your board on, the wheel on each side is sluggish or does not work. It most likely results from a bad sideboard. Sometimes the loose cable inside the e-scooter can be a source of the problem, which is very easy to fix. Just plug it back in. There are two sideboards, one for each wheel, and you can exchange them to see if the problem transfers with the sideboard. Also, there are sideboards with remote control. It does not matter if you change sides, as only one remote sideboard is needed for remote control. Again, there are two sideboards on each system. They are located next to the wheels. Boards are identical except those with remote control. Gyro information is transmitted from the sideboards. The information is communicated to the motherboard via a 4-wire cable. The sideboard shown here has the remote control option. For your information, sideboards with remote control work the same as those without remote control. Note that only one sideboard with remote control is needed for the remote control option to work. Shown here are basic tools. You need a number 2 Phillips and perhaps a number 1 Phillips screwdriver for the small screws. A digital camera, either your iPhone or Android phone. The picture on the right shows you some basic tools, but you may not need all for completing the sideboard replacement. Opening the back cover. Please note that there are two kinds of screws, shown here. The pointed screws are for the plastic cover and are at the 4 corners of the cover. The inside screws are blunt screws for the metal frame or base. Opening the back cover video. Note, the battery, not shown here, is in the other side back cover of this picture. Bluetooth is an option and may not be in your e-scooter. Before you proceed, you need to determine if your e-scooter is System 1 or System 2. The 2 system has no motherboard, and addressing it is beyond the scope of this video. However, the 2 system can be converted to the 1 system. System 1 and System 2. System 1 has 3 boards, a motherboard, which is the basic control, and 2 sideboards to send gyro data. System 2 has 2 independent systems, one on each wheel. Each is a complete system with its own gyro. There is no motherboard. This is a picture of System 1 and System 2. We will proceed as if you have System 1. If you do have a System 2 and it's broken, you can convert it to a System 1 for the repair. First off, open both sides of the back cover and disconnect the battery so you won't damage and short out the electrics. This is a video showing disconnection of the battery so that you cut off power. After you open the back covers, take digital pictures with your digital camera, either iPhone, Android phone, whatever, so you know location of the wires and the direction in which they are plugged in. Caution: the sideboard can be purchased from the website we recommend in this tutorial, and it will fit most systems on the market, but there are exceptions. Most important is to check the power red and ground black wire position on the sideboard in the picture below. And then it should line up with the plug of the motherboard, a 4-wire plug. If the power and ground of the sideboard is reversed, stop. If installed, it will short out the circuit and damage the motherboard and the sideboard. It is best to ask for assistance. If the motherboard and sideboard are damaged, you can replace the whole set. You can purchase 1 motherboard and 2 sideboards, and it is more work, but it can be done. See other video to replace the motherboard. Purchasing the sideboard. To save you time and for your convenience, we include here a QR link where you can order a sideboard directly from Amazon. This sideboard is compatible with most systems on the market. This is removal and installation of the sideboard. Remove the 2 LED plugs which are connected to the bottom cover. Then remove the screws from the sideboard so you can take it out. Once the sideboard is out, unclip it from the clip to the motherboard. Install the new sideboard. Tighten the 4 screws and you're set. Don't forget to clip it back to the motherboard. Finishing up, reconnect the battery plug for power. Screw back both bottom covers. Depending on your systems, sometimes you may need to do a reset. Again, if the e-scooter is not running correctly after installing the new sideboards, it may need the reset. Make certain all the wires, including any LED wires, are inside the cover and you don't see any wires inside the screw holes when you screw the cover back. Also, don't let the cover squeeze the wire. Here are some samples of damaged wires when the wires are not pushed inside the cover. Once again, an example of damaged wires when closing the plastic cover. Wires were not adequately pushed inside. This presentation is courtesy of SJF, who supplies us the spare parts so we can make this repair presentation possible. This video is copyrighted and no part of the above presentation can be copied or reproduced without the consent and written permission of the author of this presentation. Thanks for watching.